thank you for joining us in this edition of Plymouth Profiles. I'm Steve Triffletti, and in this segment, we're joined by Jeffrey Cohen. He's the owner of One Stop Painting, and he's also the incoming president of the Rotary Club of Plymouth. Jeff, welcome.
Hey, Steve.
So, Jeff, for people that might not know you, give us a little bit of your background. Where'd you grow up, and how'd you end up doing One Stop Painting?
Okay. So, Brighton, Dorchester, Mattapan when I was very young. So Boston, born in Boston. Third grade, Sharon. I think fourth or fifth grade, Stoughton. Lived in Stoughton until ninth grade. Then I moved here in '78. So I've been in Plymouth Carver since '78. That's a long time now. And One Stop Painting started. The last restaurant that I worked in was sold. It was Tassie's in Kingston. And it was the stipulation was the owner stipulated to the new buyer, keep everybody on hand, don't let everybody off. And once people was assigned, everybody was gone. And first job I could find was painting, and I loved it. So I worked for a guy for 3 months, figured if he can do it, I can do it, and off I went. $100 pickup truck, never looked back.
And so what was the year that you started One Stop Painting?
86.
86. You were doing it ever since?
Ever since.
And tell us now, what area do you cover?
We'll go to Boston. We'll go into Boston, but you have to have parking for us. If you don't have parking, we're not going to go in town because it's just so much fun trying to find parking in Boston. But on a regular basis, we like Plymouth, Carver, Kingston, Marshfield, Weymouth on a regular basis. We'll go over the bridge. We've gone as far as Truro on a regular basis. We did some very large houses down there over the years. So it really depends. We're very flexible on where we go. But I like Plymouth. And in fact, more specifically, with so much construction going on in the Pine Hills and the Red Brook and the Great Islands area, I kind of see my future just right in that cluster, honestly.
And anything in addition to painting that your people do?
Oh God, we do everything. We do everything. And don't get me wrong, we will go anywhere. I'm not saying we're only going to stay in the Pine Hills, Plymouth area. We'll go anywhere. Carver, Situate, Hull. But we do painting, of course. I like to jokingly say I started low pressure washing a million years ago. I needed houses cleaned, and I found my paint sprayer was a great vehicle to get bleach and water onto the house. So I did that for a while, till I finally realized that my bleach was what was corroding my pumps. So I stopped doing that, and I went to a hand pump spray. And back in the day, I would wash your entire house with a hand, up and down a ladder with a hand pump. It was crazy. The technology we have now is so different. My wash truck costs $120,000, and it's just a beast. So we do high pressure washing, low pressure washing. We do full service carpentry. And when I say carpentry, we don't have painters that can do carpentry. We have carpenters. I have one licensed builder on staff. I had Kevin's license lapsed, but so we've always done doors and windows and deck repairs and whatnot. We're going to start moving now into a different direction. We've done bathroom remodeling. Now we're going to start aggressively going after bathroom remodeling, basement remodeling. So a lot more construction. Even your house a long time ago, we think we resided the whole house and put a lot of windows and doors in.
You did?
If I remember correctly, that was a while ago.
Correct. And Jeff, how many people now currently at One Stop?
Approximately 30. Approximately 30. It's very hard to find good, motivated people these days. It's just a whole new world out there now.
So Jeff, tell us a little bit about the Rotary Club of Plymouth. When did you first get involved in that?
Oh my God, I just had the date the other day. I think I've been in it for 25 years now.
Okay.
So about 25 years. Phyllis Houston, the MPG, she was the one that got me into the club. And I don't know what people saw in me back in the day. Christine from Marty's got me onto the board for the Boys and Girls Club, and I proceeded to host some major events for them and raise over $250,000 in a short period of time. Phyllis brought me to the Rotary Club, and she was awesome. I loved Phyllis. I would go into the paper covered in paint, this little kid with even longer hair and a tank top, and she just took a liking to me. And she invited me to Rotary, and I loved it. And back when I first joined Rotary, you can remember, it was a lot of suits and ties. And I'd come in, and I'd take my tank top off before I came in to put a clean T-shirt on. So it's a whole new world now. And I love Rotary. I look forward to Rotary. It's the highlight of my Monday. It always has been. Now that I'm president, it's a little bit different. Now I have to get out the door and make sure that I'm there a little bit earlier. But it's still the highlight of my week, and I love what we do.
So for people that don't know what a Rotary Club is, what does Rotary do?
Well, Rotary is international, so we address international situations, shelter boxes for people. If there's a hurricane, We'll provide shelter boxes so people have a place to live. Polio, the main focus of Rotary to eradicate polio. It was started in 1940, I believe, in Chicago.
I think 1916.
16.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And it was just a bunch of businessmen that got together to portable bathrooms. There was no public restrooms at the time, so the whole premise was to get a bunch of business people together to construct bathrooms for the community outside for public. And then it just morphed into this international powerhouse of helping and goodwill and charity. And it teaches a lot of people that want to help the community how to do it. A lot of people want to help, they just don't know how to do it. So we're the vehicle that will drive you in the local community into the direction to help your community and give you ideas. And we'll take your ideas. If you have something that you want to bring to us, you say you have a cause or something going on that you want us to look into, we'll look into it. And if it's something we can do, we certainly do it.
So there are 4 avenues of service. International service is one of the ones you mentioned. So community service, what are some examples of community service in Plymouth for Rotary?
Who do we donate to?
Or what do we do?
Well, the TV auction's our biggest. So the TV auction's our biggest one. We've been doing that for quite a while now, and that usually raises $50,000 average plus or minus, and that money feeds back out to the community. We've done food at the waterfront, the Chamber of Commerce Waterfront Festival, until the food trucks started to come in. But before that, we pretty much had the whole thing with the burgers and hot dogs and selling drinks and whatnot, and that was a lot of fun. We'll do. There were 2 Rotary Clubs in Plymouth, the morning and the noon. The morning clubs does some really nice stuff too. I don't want to neglect saying that there are 2 clubs in Plymouth. We're the original, we're the afternoon club, so I'm partial, of course, but they do a great job too. What else do we do?
Well, when does the club meet in the afternoon?
We meet Monday afternoons at the Alden Park restaurant. 12 o'clock, we get together, meeting starts at 12:15, and we're always looking for people to join, and you don't have to be, we're trying to lose the stereotype of being an older business person per se. You don't have to show up in a suit and tie. We're looking for anybody. If you want to help the community, we'd love to talk to you. You don't have to be a leader in the community. You just have to be an individual who wants to be involved and help the community. So we're on a membership drive right now. As a matter of fact, I think we brought in 3 or 4 members in the last month or so. And my personal goal as president is bring in minimum 10. I'd like 20, but minimum 10 new members. And I want people I want all ages. I want diversity. I want a lot of new people thinking out of the box coming into the club.
So Jeff, if someone's watching this and is interested in looking at the Rotary Club of Plymouth and finding more about it,
Yep.
How would they contact you or someone from the Rotary Club?
Well, they can go to Facebook for the Rotary Club Plymouth Noon. They can go onto the website. They can contact me at my office or have my cell phone. They can call my cell phone. You can find me on Facebook personally. Steve, you can reach out to Steve. Anybody you know that might be a member of the club, reach out to them, and they'd be more than willing to talk to you about how to join the club.
And what's the number to call you?
508-317-9844. That's my cell phone. So 508-317-9844. You can call me, you can text me, you can email me at onestoppainting.com, and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible.
So Jeff, you talked a little bit about one of your goals is increasing membership. Tell us a little bit about your vision for the Rotary Club this year as president of Rotary Club.
Well, I'm not going to recreate the wheel. We have a great club, but with that said, I want larger numbers. I want more diversity. I want all walks of life. I want all denominations. I want to look out at that room and just see our entire community represented. That would make me so happy. I have some great fundraising ideas I want to add on. I had an epiphany today. Do you want me to talk about it? And I've told nobody this. If I tell you this, it's only typed up on my computer right now. But this is how my brain functions. Do you want to hear my little epiphany?
Go ahead.
Okay, now you're going to be my sounding board right now. You're hearing it for the first time. You're on my sounding board. So Rotary, we also interact with the school system. We like to get the young kids involved with Rotary and teach them what we do and how we do it. And we're community. So if we can teach kids at an early age, I wish somebody had taught me this at an early age. I never had this as a kid. So I'm thinking, you ever drive down the road and see a lemonade stand and think how cute it is? And we all love to see kids. I'll stop off and I'll give them $5, $10. I don't care. So I'm thinking to myself, why not build 2 or 3 custom lemonade stands, paint them up really nice, put a Rotary logo on it. I'm I'm thinking we go to BJ's and see if they want to sponsor the lemonade and all the products we're going to need, and we'll put their logo on it. So we'll put a couple of logos on there. People want to throw in a couple of bucks. We'll build these lemonade stands and we'll put it out to the community. Would your child like to have a lemonade stand hosted? And all you have to do is just call, let me know. This is the first time I'm spewing this out right now, so it may or may not happen, but I really want to see this happen. So we're going to encourage kids to have lemonade stands. We'll get them everything. We'll give them the cups, we'll give them the ice, we'll give them the coolers, we'll give them the lemonade, we'll give them everything. And whatever they do with the money, they raise the money. It teaches them how to be young business people. If they want to donate the money, that's great, but I'm not going to put any strings on it. I'm just going to say, hey, let's teach you guys how to do a lemonade stand. Let's have fun.
And with respect to children in Plymouth,
Yep.
How have students participated in the past with the Rotary Club?
Well, the program we had just the other day was incredibly lifting to me. We had a student from Pakistan who was a Rotary scholarship student. He got a grant, and when he was in school, he began a program to help, to educate people in Pakistan and to bring women and men together. And he started off small, and he was still in school. He's out of school now. He's got a great thing going. He's got over 500 people involved in it, and he's just educating them and teaching them about business. And it was mind-blowing. It was really mind-blowing, especially with women in Pakistan, to get them into business, because I don't think it's really cool over there.
And with respect to students in Plymouth, how have they been involved with the Rotary Club?
They come and talk to us every week. Usually when school's in, we'll have students come in every week and talk to us about their ambitions and what they're doing. And some of these kids, I just listen to the stories, I'm like, oh my God. And they go on and on about these accomplishments. I'm like, my God, you should be 30 years old with everything you've already done in a couple of years of high school. So I think it's great. They come in, they talk to us. They get involved when we do the auctions. They used to come down to the auctions. The Boy Scouts used to come down. Everybody's come down when we did the auctions live. Now we do them online. So it's not as much fun, honestly, but it's a lot easier, and it's more cost effective, honestly. I miss the camaraderie, and I miss the Boy Scouts coming in and the kids coming in. When I did my benefit for raising money for the Rotary Club in Maui for the Lahaina fires, we had a lot of kids come down. I think we had Interact kids there, and we also had from Betty Cavalco brought down a bunch of kids from Mass Maritime. And it's just phenomenal seeing the kids getting involved in helping the communities.
Now, there are other service clubs in Plymouth.
There are.
And what do you like to see happen with respect to tri-service?
Well, funny you said that. So my mission right now, and we always get together and meet as a club, the Rotary Club, the Lions Club, the Kiwanis Club, and we talk about different things and how to help the community, and we pool our thoughts together. And I want to kick that up about 20 notches this year. So I want 3 or 4 members from each club to get together, and I have a whole array of options for different benefits that I'm thinking of right now. And I'm going to tell all of them to come up with your ideas. Let's put them all down on paper. Let's all get together. And we're going to meet as a group, and we're going to put all of our clubs together to make some major fundraising efforts to whatever organization we pick, like whether it's the hospital or Pilgrim Hall Museum, whatever we decide to focus our energy onto. I think strengthen numbers. I think we can get all 3 clubs together and just make some really big strides towards helping out around the community.
Now, we've talked a little bit about avenues of service, international service, community service. What is vocational service when it comes to Rotary?
Vocational service. Now, I didn't know these questions. This is totally unscripted. This is totally off the cuff. Vocational service. Define vocational service.
Well, tell us a little bit about classification talks.
Okay. So our classification talks are when each member will get up and talk to the group about what they do personally as a career. So that is a classification talk. We'll talk about who we are and what we do. From a vocation standpoint, I'm not sure how we're tying in. You're going to believe me a little bit.
At the Board of Directors meetings, you have a vocational service director who tries to also see that the club is involved in vocational service in different areas in the community. I know that, which also dovetails with community service. We've done, the Rotary Club has done some litter pickup. They've done working with the homeless.
Gotcha.
Tell us a little bit about that in the food pantry.
Okay. So now keep in mind, I just became president. I've been in the club forever, but Steve's already been president. He's a little more knowledgeable about some of the stuff that I'm not. So vocational services, we do a lot of stuff like that, like the Coalition for the Homeless. We get together all the time, and we'll take in the food and we'll help them organize it and get that out. At one point, I was delivering food. That was a lot of fun. litter pickup. What else have we done as a group for the community? Well, Thanksgiving parade. We lead off the Thanksgiving parade, and we were the #1 sponsor of the parade for the longest time. Now, Ollie has done such a great job with the Thanksgiving parade. He's got bigger sponsors coming in, but we're still good as a club for at least $10,000 a year. We walk in front of the parade, we go around and we collect money, donations from the crowd, and it's about $10,000 a year, which is huge. That's a huge impact we make on that parade. So,
And for people that don't know, who is it that with whom we deal when it comes to Thanksgiving parade?
oh, Ollie DiMacedo. Ollie DiMacedo is a god. What that man has done for Thanksgiving in this town is just awesome. I mean, he's right up there with Ed Santos. I mean, those are just, we get some really incredible people in this town that do so much good that people don't even know about.
So beyond the Rotary Club, Jeff, you're involved in other activities.
Yep.
Tell us about some of the other activities in which you've been involved.
Well, I was on the board for the Boys and Girls. I was on the board for the Y. I have my own charity foundation. And
So tell us a little bit about that.
So my charity foundation started a long time ago, but it wasn't a charity foundation in the beginning. I liked Halloween parties, and nobody seemed to have a good Halloween party around town, so I decided to take it upon myself when I was super young. I mean, I'm talking late 80s, to do big Halloween parties, and I did. The 1620 would give me their room. They'd say, hey, Jeff, bring all your friends. And they paid for the band. I brought all my friends, and it was great. And then they got bigger and bigger and bigger, and they finally morphed. I started doing them to the Legion. And when 9/11 hit, one of my customers, his name was Austin Sennett, and the man's a saint, he does fire suppression systems around the country. So he'll come to Plymouth and say, all right, your response times are good, but if you put a station here or put a call box here or change this fire hydrant, he'll improve your whole fire response system. Needless to say, he had a lot of customers in New York City, so when that happened, he began a fund for fallen firefighters' families. So the widows of the fallen firefighters he was donating to. And he was a customer of mine. He said, hey, Jeff, yeah, can you donate some money? I said, absolutely. I said, geez, Austin, this was September. I said, my Halloween party's coming up next month. Let me see what I can do. And that was the first time it was a benefit. And I think I gave him a little over $1,000. But the light bulb went off. And then the Halloween party, currently we're donating about $60,000 for my Halloween benefits. And it goes to people in the community. Typically, it's people, it's been more often than not people going through chemotherapy. For no specific reason, we just seem to gyrate towards cancer. It's just such a terrible thing. So we do the Halloween benefit for my foundation. I've done car shows for my foundation. We've raised a lot of money with the car shows. 80s parties, I used to do some really big 80s parties. Parade floats. If you went to the July 4th parade, we put in the craziest parade floats. We dumped it down to just 4 floats this year. We had Encanto, Hot Wheels cars, Harry Potter, and Harry Potter, and an American flag float. We won best theme for that because it was very, very American oriented. We had Uncle Sam spinning music, my DJ Gene. We had Betsy Ross in the back of the float knitting the American flag. It was really, really good. So I call it Operation Smile. And the sole purpose of my parade floats, we don't do it as a benefit, we don't do it to raise money. It costs money, but we make kids smile. Like, we really make kids smile. They see our floats coming down the road, whether it's Moana or A Night Before Christmas or whatever the float may be. Encanto was the biggest trip I've ever had in my entire life. And I've gone through so many parades, and I love it. But this one was like nothing I've ever seen. Encanto, every kid knew the song. They're dancing, they're singing hundreds of feet before the float even gets to them. It was amazing. So for me, it was such an incredible experience just watching these kids like stop, listen, point, and they all start jumping up and down with each other, and then they're dancing and they're singing. And I don't know the words to the songs. They knew every word to the song. I was amazed. My eyes were blown. And we passed out thousands of dollars of candy and American flags and American bracelets, and Harry Potter does magic wands. In fact, my buddy Steve works at Universal. One year I think I still have 15 of them left. I had over 100 magic wands from Universal, legit magic wands. These things go anywhere from $50 to $150 each. We were passing out to kids, and it's awesome.
So Jeff, what's the name of your foundation?
It's the Jeff Cohen Charitable Foundation. Kind of corny, but that's what I used. And you know, the reason I became a legal foundation was the town. We donated money to the town for the 400th celebration, and they wanted me to be a legal foundation. So it was a little bit of a project, but we got it all done. So we're a legit 501c3 now. I mean, I've always donated money, but now we can really donate money, and it just brings us to a next level.
And so for the next calendar year, do you have any events planned?
We do. October 19th, we have the Halloween benefit coming up at Memorial Hall.
That's in 2024.
Yep.
Okay.
And We did a Las Vegas night last year. We're going to do it at a different time of the year because unfortunately I did it close to the Lions Club, but mine was totally different, so I don't think I infringed upon them whatsoever. It was a whole different vehicle, but I want to make sure this year that I'm not going to put it so close to theirs. But I have an incredible Elvis impersonator with a 10-piece band, and if you close your eyes, you actually keep your eyes open because this guy, he's Elvis. He moves like Elvis. He is the real deal. We brought in a company to do casino games, and events are a funny thing. If you do events, anybody out there that does events, they can be very stressful sometimes. So 2 weeks prior to the event, if you noticed, if anybody paid attention, I wasn't announcing who the money was going to go to because at that point in time, it still looked like it was going to cost me money to do the event. So I was a little bit stressed out, but it was the first time we did it, so it took a little while to catch fire. And it caught fire the last few weeks, and we ended up donating $15,000 to various funds around town, including July 4th, Thanksgiving parade. I don't have the list in front of me. Somebody going through chemotherapy right now. I have a $1,000 check to the Copper Firefighters Fund in my truck right now that I have not dropped off to them yet. And it was a good time. It was a really good time. It was a great event. And then I'm working on another event. I think I'm going to be doing something in conjunction with Gary Maestas and his Dream Ride. We're thinking about doing a benefit this winter together. And then I've got quite a few that I want to go over with the Rotary Club, and I want to give the Rotary Club the big one that I want to do. And it won't really be a Jeff Cohen event. It'll be a Rotary event, but I really want to do something for the past presidents of the club out of respect for them to bring them in and get them more involved. So when you get older and you're not with the club as much, you're still a past president, you still held a title, and you still did a lot for the community. So I want to bring them all together and pick one person in the community and celebrate them, give them Paul Harris Fellow Award, it's a big thing in Rotary to get a Paul Harris Fellow Award. And I just want to make a big community statement out of it. Plus, it's a good way to show people, hey, we're the Rotary Club, and this is what we do. We help the community, and we want your help to help even more.
So, Jeff, if someone just joined us and didn't see the earlier part of this program, what do you want to leave them with in terms of the Rotary Club of Plymouth?
So, Rotary Club of Plymouth, if you're community-oriented and you want to help your community, and you're not really sure how to do it, we have different service clubs. We have Lions, we have Kiwanis, we have Rotary. I'm in Rotary. I love Rotary, so I'm going to talk about Rotary, but I want to make sure that you're aware there are other clubs in the town, and we're all pretty much focused on the same thing. We all want to help our community, and it's a great, if you join our meetings, you're going to meet some great new people, you'll exchange some ideas, you're going to learn a lot about your community, because we have a guest speaker come in pretty much every week and talks about something different all the time. So when I went to Hawaii and we donated $50,000 combined between my raffle and the music event we did. I went to the Rotary meeting in Lahaina, and ironically that day, 2 arborists were there, and they were the 2 companies in charge of restoring all of the trees around Lahaina, and I learned so much from them about what was going on, a 30-year plan to rebuild the canopy of trees over the town. They brought the banyan tree back to life. They were watering it constantly. They're going, if you lost your home, they'll go to your yard, they'll take a tree that's not totally dead, and they'll take saplings and they'll regrow that tree, and they'll give you back your tree, but it's a new tree. So when you join Rotary Club, you're going to become so educated on the community. You're going to learn how to help out, and you bring ideas too. If you have an idea like, I think we should try this, we're going to listen. And you bring in a good idea to us, we're going to listen. We'll talk about it, and if it's something we can implement, we're certainly going to do it. Or if you know of a cause that you want to help champion, where our sole purpose is to get together and help people. That's it. Our sole existence is to help the community and help the world. There's no agenda there. It's just service above self. That's the Rotary motto, service above self. So you're not there for yourself. You're there to service the community. And it is the coolest feeling. It's like, I'm not a big drinker. I don't do drugs. This is my high. I get off on this stuff. It's so cool to go there and just know you're doing some good in the community. It's awesome.
Well, Jeff Cohen, thank you for being here today with us.
Thank you, Stephen.
The current president of the Rotary Club of Plymouth.
Yes, I am.
Thank you for joining us. And this
Rotary,
concludes this presentation of Plymouth Profiles. Please join us for future presentations when we meet with other people from the greater Plymouth community. My name is Steve Triffletti. Thank you and good day.